to try doing some lateral work with Artie, showing how I use the target to build shoulder over and haunches over and then start adding in a cue. So he already knows these, and I'm using horse that knows them for these videos, just because I'll be able to get it done in a more efficient manner. If you want videos of horses first learning how to do it and all the bobbles that happen there, there's plenty in the Haven Horsemanship community. And I'm happy to point you to ones of certain behaviors that you're looking for. Just contact me. Let's nap for a moment. We'll see if we can get haunches first. So I like to just stand kind of where I would cue if I were touching them, and then use the target, and then wait for those hind feet to take a step. Just like that. For shoulders, you'll have to see, they might prefer you standing with your back to them in leading position. Some may like you facing perpendicular to them. Others might even like you directly facing them. With Artie, I think he's going to want me perpendicular. So I'm just going to present the target. And I'll take whatever step sideways he gives me and get picky later about them being as biomechanically correct as possible. And I'll go late on my part. That was a really nice one. Good boy. So, he's already shown you how you get those first steps. Then we do what's called a cue transfer, which is where you do new cue, old cue, and then they do the behavior you bridge and reinforce for it. Okay? So I'm going to go here, and I want haunches over, which he knows. When I say haunches over, give him that light touch, and then present the target. I'll line him up again. Let's see if there's any senior left over there from our oldest guy. A touch on his shoulder is what I do in shoulder over. Shoulder over, and then target. Very good. And eventually they start to understand that the new cue is going to predict the old cue, and you can actually fade out the old cue. So he's already at that point where I can say shoulder over. And as you can see, it's a very, very light touch. There's no increasing pressure. This is truly a tactile cue. Haunches over. Good boy. That's a very good boy. And obviously you do the exact same thing on the other side. First, get it with the target. I'm going to take that little bit. Forehand. Oh my, you want forehand on this side, huh? There we go. So again, you just have to keep experimenting with your target position to see what will influence further back on their body. And then see if we can get some shoulders. Very good. And then same thing, new cue, old cue. Shoulder over. Very good. Over. Good boy. And then, once they know that that new cue is going to predict the old cue, you can fade out the old cue. Shoulder over. A little bit more of a yield, but I'll take it. See if we can do a real shoulders over. Shoulders over. This is his harder side. Shoulder over. Over. I know, there's a fence there. Can you do it? One more. Can you do it? Good boy. There you go, boy. And an easy one. Punch it over. Very good. So hopefully that gives you a fast-forwarded view of how you would first capture the behavior with targeting and then shaping from whatever they initially offer you. First it's going to be very small. It might just be a rock of their weight, or it might even just be them following the target and bending. And remember to click and reinforce whatever their first offering is that is even on the right path to what you're going to ask them to do. When we miss that very first offering, it can be hard to get that first offering back. So if they even just bend towards the target, look at the target, go ahead and click and reinforce to that and build from there. And as always, if a horse gets frustrated, just give them some handfuls of food. I know it seems contradictory because we are using the food to reinforce more behavior, and wanting that food is what helps to motivate the behavior. But if they're wanting the food too much and we're getting greedy and not giving them food at consistent intervals, you are going to end up with a horse that gets anxious about food, that gets frustrated, and that's going to be frustrating for you. So consider just giving them some big handfuls of food until they calm down, or have a bowl in your area like you've seen in some of these videos where there's just always food and they can go over and get the food, or that you can throw some handfuls in there if you both need a break. Once they've had those handfuls and seem calmer, try again and be more generous this time. Good boy, Artie.